Hi there, my name's Nader and I make content for international students, every student around the world because I do online teaching, and I also make resources for instructors. Now my background's in digital marketing, so sometimes we talk a bit about that on the channel. So hit that subscribe button below and let's talk about something very important today. It's all about how to deal with rude people as an immigrant or an international student. And I intend this video to be, as serious but as powerful as possible, because you need to understand, I don't think there's anybody actually actively empowering immigrants, people from different cultures. No one's actually doing it. And no one really, I can't say no one did it for me. I owe it to my teachers, to my family, to the people in my life, to my friends, to everybody who's cheered me on, to the internet, to my the first person who walked up to me and said, hey, you want a job? Reason why I run my own business today. So I owe it to everybody, don't get me wrong. But in terms of the actual empowerment and working through some of the issues and the inefficiencies, I had to do that myself. That was me. And you need to understand, you're coming to Canada, do not let people walk all over you. There is this, always be grateful, but never let people walk all over you. I had somebody call me the other day. Somebody called me, Skype call, left a message on my website, said I need reputation management. I've been getting more of that lately. People are finding us naturally on Google now, which is really cool. If you type in Young Street Marketing Agency, I think we're on the first page now, and we're in the top 3 to 5 for like 24-hour marketing agencies in Toronto. So that's huge. He called me up first thing and he said, hi Nader. Immediately, very loud. This guy he was sued in the US and he needed my help. And he said, I saw one of your videos and you seem a little bit confused. Not in this exact order, but his speech was a little broken, but he said, you seem confused, but you're young, so you're allowed to be confused. And he said, I'm also an immigrant. I'm also, my parents were immigrants. And I'm profiling you. I said, what do you mean you're profiling me? He said, I'm racially profiling you. This guy was very confident. He thought that, he could get away with saying anything, that maybe he would inspire me through speaking to me. His honesty would be commendable. I would respect it. And at the beginning, I'm like, okay, this guy's in your face. Why not? Okay, sure, I can respect anybody. But continuing to speak that way, continuing to drop comments like, you're young, so you're allowed to be confused. This guy's coming, wait a second, remember this. He called me, or he asked me to call him, because he wants me to do reputation management for him. He's coming to me for help, yet he's putting me down. Anybody who employs you when you move to Canada is coming to you for help. Or if they have a job positioning and you applied, it's still them asking for help. You understand that? You have to communicate from a point of leverage. That's why I stress, when you come here with a savings and try not to come here broke. I understand the adventurer thing is cool. I've done it before, but I've never attempted to move to another country full-time without a savings. I've never done that. I've always left with a couple bucks in my pocket to another country, knowing that I would come home close to the time when I ran out. And then I would build myself back up again. But I would never move to another country without a savings. Have enough rainy day savings so you don't have to let people, take a big dump on you to make a living. That's very important. When you come to Canada, don't let employers walk all over you. If they say oh, no one's gonna hire you, you're not gonna make it in this country. Look them in the eye and say, the reason why I came to this country is to bring you my skill set. I came here because I knew I could be of value to you. I am appreciative of being in Canada. I appreciate being in Canada, but the main reason why I came here is because I believed I could bring value. And if you operate from this idea that you're not, obviously be grateful. I know we're so lucky to live here. Don't get me wrong. But listen, your employer isn't the reason why you live here. You live here because of the decisions you made, and you're here because of decisions some other people made about allowing immigrants like you to come to Canada. So those people are to thank, but no one gets to walk all over you. It's not your prospective employer Carl's job to make you feel like garbage. Has no say. Just because he seems Canadian doesn't mean that he's the reason you should be grateful. No, anybody walks all over you, tell instantly, no. Do not accept it. Walk out the room, hang up the phone. and I wrote about this. It's very important to operate from that position of leverage and use your intelligence. Don't get angry at people. People are ignorant, okay? Not everybody's ignorant, but a lot of people are ignorant. Do not let it enrage you. Don't get angry. Have a chip on your shoulder, sure, but don't get angry and take it out on other people. It's very easy to do that. Don't do that. Always operate, be the bigger person, operate from a point of leverage and say, hey, I have a lot of value. If you're gonna let me go, you're gonna be losing it. That's what you need. And that's what I mean, like, stable. Like, if you're by yourself, have a savings. If you're with a family, make sure your family's okay. Make sure either you and your partner have a job or your kids are taken care of. Make sure all of that is in check, so that if anybody ever says, well, I have money and you're a foreigner, so you're gonna not be well off, you can tell them where to go. You can tell them where to go. You don't need anybody like that in your life. It's a myth that's screaming, boss, you have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with it unless you're in such a horrible position. So don't let yourself be in that position. Live where you are now. Be happy with where you are now, because you can come here alone, be confused, and have somebody, completely dominating your life. You don't need that. Although Canada is beautiful, you will get stressed out if you have someone like that. So that's my advice to you. That's how you deal with rude employers and rude people as an immigrant. Understand, communicate from a point of leverage. Don't be rude and talk down to them. Don't do that. That's not what I'm saying. But like, in a very polite way, be their equal or operate from a point of power. I would recommend operating from a point of power, not in a rude, condescending way, but in an uplifting way, wanting to uplift them like you would uplift your niece or nephew or your cousin or your brother. That's how you should be treating people who are trying to employ you, not acting like their slave. And it's when I started doing this, I started making more in my business. It's when I started doing this that I stopped accepting stupid contracts and people who were rude to me off the bat. I hung up the phone on that guy that called me. I told him, I will not help you. When you call people, you should listen to what they have to say, and you appear to be the expert. So if you're the expert, why don't you go ahead and do it yourself? As simple as that. Wasn't rude. I didn't say you're awful. I didn't say I hate you. I didn't say you're an idiot. All I said was, the way you're acting is not right. I'm not going to help you. You can do it yourself. And the reason why you can do it yourself is this. He said, yes, I am the expert. I said, great, you're the expert, go ahead and do it. And I know for a fact no one could have done that job that he was asking better than me. Because literally, if you look up remove negative Google links, I'm in the top 2 results, like for the non-paid links. So I have the most popular course on it. I've been doing it for years for some of the largest companies, and this guy just lost that opportunity. So if you find a good employer, they're not going to want to lose you, and you aren't only a good opportunity, you're a good human being. Get out there and do some powerful things. Don't let anybody talk down to you.